Okay. You guys will have to wait a second. We're preparing to go on YouTube Live. There we go.
Okay.
And we are now on YouTube Live.
All right. So, Gene, did you have any announcements you wanted to mention?
No, not at this time. We're good to go.
We're good to go. All right. I don't see Kirk Hively here. Kirk, are you here? Don't see him. All right. So you want me to start, Gene?
Okay, let me put.
Gene,
Okay.
Gene, Paul was trying to reach you.
Oh, Paul, what do you need?
Oh, I just said, did you want me to start, or when did you want me
Yes,
to
please. We don't have any announcements. I'm sorry, the YouTube one was filtering through. I had to shut it off.
Okay. Well, let me just say welcome to everybody who's here so far, and there'll be more coming in usually. We have one more Travelogue next month, so I'm going to encourage people to contact me about submitting a Travelogue. I think that is about the 18th of April. So if you have something, please let me know. Leave a thumb drive at the Camera Club or contact me some way or another so I can get it from you. So tonight we're going to have 3 Travelogues. 2 of them are by Kirk Hively. And the first one is going to be about the a raft trip through the Grand Canyon. And Kirk is not here right now to tell us about it. Hopefully he will show up and he can answer questions at the end. We should be finished relatively soon, by a little after 8 o'clock, so you can drive home. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share screen and show.
Yep, share screen. Make sure those 2 little boxes on the
Thank
lower
you.
left-hand side are clicked.
Thank you. And then I'm going to start Kirk's video. Let's be sure that we see it. Can you see it? Now.
10-day adventure showing.
That shows up?
I finally signed on.
Just got in.
Oh, is that Kirk?
Yes.
Oh, where are you, Kirk?
I don't have my picture, doesn't come up, but I'm online.
Well, then why don't you tell us a little bit about this, what we're going to be seeing, Kirk?
So my wife's dermatologist, she went in there last year and he was showing her some pictures and says, well, I'm going on this raft adventure in a month or so, and it's all for photographers. Because, well, my husband likes to take pictures. So I signed up and they said it was the last available seat on there. But although I think 2 other people told me they were the last people to get on too, but they had 10 photographers on the trip, 2 photographer guides, and then normally 2 river raft guides, but they have 1 guy in training. So it's a pretty good sized crew on around a 20 some foot wide by 30 foot long motorized raft that left from Lee's Ferry and took us downriver for 10, 11 days.
Wow. And what time of the year did you say it was?
The spring. So weather was actually kind of nice, but it started off chilly. A little bit of snow our first day and then some cold rain. But after that, the weather was actually warmed up pretty nice. It gets warmer when you get down to the bottom of the canyon too.
Yeah. And is that water cold?
It is, I think they said it's 50 degrees, but it feels cold.
And it's splashing all over you too, isn't it? Wow. Okay. So anything else you want to tell us, Kirk?
I think that's a pretty good start.
Okay. So here we go. And hopefully this works fine. You see it?
You're gonna have to get it playing. It's not playing. I just see 10-day adventure.
Okay, it's going to be playing now.
Hit full screen also.
I've seen a lot of gear ruined in this game. Just people forgetting they have on. Oh, I've got my camera strap on and then bent down and dumped the camera right under the water. I've seen lenses drop and shattered.
Right here.
All right, here you go.
immense power of the water that's going through there. It's just amazing.
Kirk, did you have something to say? I didn't hear you.
Oh, I just was saying it's the power of the water going through the lava falls. It's one of the major class ones. It's just amazing when you see how much water flowing through there and how high it's getting.
Isn't it probably the most dangerous, most powerful one?
I think that was that's the largest rapid on the river.
Okay, let me play it again real quick, okay?
up there?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Waves keep coming.
He's got water pouring in his camera.
Jerry. Smile.
All right.
So it was quite an adventure. The guides did a lot of work every day. You know, we loaded up, stop for lunch, unload just stuff for lunch, get back, loaded back onto the boat, the raft, and dinner. You know, unload everything again, unload all the camp gear. They set up, cooked dinner, cleaned up. We weren't allowed to help because of COVID, but that was some pretty long, busy days, and the guides accommodated the photography guys because they've been down there several times. They knew where the good spots to photograph and what time to get there. So we had some pretty early days a few times to get out on the river to get up to the spot where we really wanted to take the pictures at. So they were really good too about explaining, how to set up your camera, what to look for, and things to do there. I think I ended up with about 8,000 pictures over the 10 days. One of the young ladies just snapped all the time. She had around 40,000 or 30,000. So it was a good trip. quite exhilarating. The age was from the mid-20s up to, I think there was one, Wally was the oldest guy, he was 78. Two ladies were 75. Going up to the Nanko Weep, I hit a plateau and thought, this is a good enough spot to take some pictures. And here she goes hiking on by me, and I go, well, I just can't let her, beat me out. So I went on up to the top too.
Hey, Kirk, could you turn your camera on so we could see you, your video?
Yeah, I haven't been able to set that up yet. I need to play around with it and
Okay.
get it.
You're on radio then.
Yeah,
Well, that was quite an adventure. So how many days was it altogether? 10?
it was 10 days on the river.
And would you do it
They
again?
set you up one night ahead in Flagstaff, and then the last day, they did kind of a photo review. So they took 5 of our photos and kind of walked through and showed how to improve them and gave kind of a show of what we'd seen.
Well, you had some really nice ones. One especially beautiful one was like a star. The sky was full of stars. I think it
Yeah,
was-
surprisingly, that came out a little better than I expected. The one area where I got up about 2:30 in the morning or 1 in the morning and set the camera up, there was no moon, and shot about 20 seconds long or 30 seconds long, probably about 20 seconds long to keep from getting star trails, and it just made it look like it's daytime.
Beautiful. That was a really nice one. And you had a lot of good ones too, of just the canyon itself. So can you explain how you felt when you're down in there?
It is pretty amazing. So you get a little overwhelmed by the size of the canyons and everything around you. It was nice, very good camaraderie of the people on board. This trip had, I think, 4 doctors, 1 surgeon, 1 psychiatrist, and so we were pretty well represented there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a very good feeling. It was exhausting because it was a lot of hiking. I think almost every day was close to 10,000 steps because you're helping load and unload the raft. Then they're going, well, let's hike up to these couple spots to get the pictures. And a few of them, like you had to carry my big camera backpack, and you're going along this little ledge. It's about 1.5 feet wide, and the canyon's 30 feet down below you.
Oh, wow.
So, and then, like we got up to the one boulder, the whole energetic group went on beyond that and did some hiking back in. And I go, I think that's enough for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All the, one other comment, all the water pictures were taken with just a little Minolta waterproof, like a 8 or 10 megapixel camera. So,
Oh, wow.
like the one professional photographer guy that was with us, he had the waterproof camera bag and took some shots while we're running, but no one else really wanted to have their camera out to expose it from getting wet.
Wow. So does anybody else have questions? Feel free to ask, because it was a nice presentation, Kirk. Raise your hand or tune in or open up your video or whatever. Gene, you have something?
Yeah, it's just beautiful. It was gorgeous. Very well done.
Thank you.
It really was. And makes us want to go there, maybe, huh?
Beautiful.
When you're on.
If I go again, I think I might take one. I like doing it with photographers again because they set up for us nicely, but the motorized, their motor runs almost all day. So you just got a little bit of drone noise from that. But we watched a lot of other raft trips go by us, and that was fun watching them too.
Okay. Is there, my last question is there such a thing as a raft trip through the entire canyon, 200 and some miles?
Yeah, I believe there is. It's there are groups that started from Lee's Ferry and then went on down into the lake.
All the way down?
So, and we saw a lot of people would, I think there was a halfway point at the Grand Canyon at down at the bottom there. And then there was one other place where people helicoptered into a ranch
Mm-hmm.
and got on and off there. And then they usually went on down to the lake if they got on there.
Mm-hmm. Well, so Kirk, don't go anywhere because you're next.
Okay.
You're going to be talking about a trip to Alaska and the auroras up there. So you want to tell us a little bit about that?
My wife has always wanted to see the Northern Lights, and Viking has a Northern Lights cruise, and she thought that would be the easiest way because you can stay inside underneath glass covers and kind of watch the Northern Lights. They go up to the tip of Norway, but that's only in January, February, a little costly. And I said, well, let's just try and figure out a date and go up to Alaska. And we looked through for a dark sky, no moon, looked at September, early September, and we were just getting back from our other RV trip. So we thought, well, let's go in October. And again, you're never quite sure what the weather's going to be like, but the aurora runs from about late September through early March, their best days. And so we decided to just take a really quick trip up there, flew into Alaska, took the shuttle out to Chena Hot Springs. They had a special 3-day package, meals included, a hotel, which is nothing special, hotel, lodge, hot spring, and your meals. And then we paid for a couple of extra tours. And we decided to take our aurora viewing the first night we got in, our second night in Alaska. And the day driving up there, it was foggy and cloudy, and just about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, we had dinner, and we came back to our room and said, well, probably not going to have any viewing tonight. And we didn't schedule another one. And about 9 o'clock, I looked out our window and said, the sky's cleared up. So we went and got onto the little vehicles that they took us up about 1.5 miles, a couple miles up the mountain. Very bumpy ride up there. But we were very lucky too. The weather was only in the 20s, not the minus 20s. It hits a lot. So good weather. One of the best viewings they said they'd had in 5 or 10 years. A lot of people saw it even down in Anchorage. So
Wow.
we picked an excellent time and just got lucky.
Okay. Well, we're going to show it, and if everybody could kind of turn off their videos if possible, see what we can do. I'll try to get this going.
Don't forget the 2 boxes.
I know, I got the boxes. Thank you for telling me. And I want to be sure we got this right here. Okay. Can we see it?
I don't see anything.
No, we
Paul.
don't see it.
You don't see the title?
No.
Really? Oh, no. Okay.
Worst case scenario, just go back to share screen and start over again. But it has to be ready to play on your computer.
Yeah, stop share. All right, okay, I have it ready to play right there. And let me see. Share screen. Can you see that?
Yeah, we got it
Now
now.
we're good.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Thank you. You want to explain that, Kirk, any of that?
Yeah, this is what they had, these little tracked vehicles, and we rode up in the back of one. It was pretty bouncy and pretty steep hills, and they bounced through some trees. But they parked up the top of the Charlie Mountain, and they were telling us, don't expect to see any aurora lights over towards Fairbanks. And the previous picture, I did a little light painting on one of the vehicles. But this is showing that, they had aurora up above us, and on looking out towards Fairbanks even was lit up out that way. And he said typically they'll see, a few strands of the lights. And when we first hopped out of the Susby there, we just saw a few things going. Oh, wow, this is pretty neat. And then about 5-10 minutes later, the whole sky lit up and just waving bands, and just this is really exhilarating to see the lights dance through the sky and just see how they move the whole time.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Kirk, I have a question for you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
What causes the formations of light that way right there? What is that exactly?
That's the ionization from the sun throwing off all the ions, get the solar storms,
Wow.
and it hits the top of our atmosphere. And I have one slide at the end kind of tells a little bit about what the different colors come from. Green is predominant. Getting the blues and the purples is a lot more rare. And one thing I didn't realize taking these pictures, I should have read a little more, but a lot of my shots were 15 to 20 seconds, and they were saying really to capture it a lot more crisp, you need about a 3 to 5 second exposure, because this is almost like the river water, or waterfall, getting the whole
Right.
blurring effect.
But
So
still,
mine are probably a little more blurry than they should have been.
but still very effective and beautiful, So, okay, here we go. Wow. So what time of the night was this, Kirk?
So we left the Chena Hot Springs probably around 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. Took about 45 minutes to get up to the top, and we stayed up there till 2:30 in the morning.
Wow.
So I thought maybe I'd get tired, but you just get so excited watching this. And the hard part for the photograph is that, all this stuff is just dancing around. It's not stationary. It moves all across the sky.
Mm. Gorgeous. So for most of those, it's tripod in about 10 to 15 seconds or 20 seconds?
That's correct.
Okay. Did you try any 3 or 4 second ones?
Yeah, I have a few, but I'd have to go back and see which ones they were.
Yeah,
If
but
there's-
mostly longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, just beautiful. Okay, the bottom part there, Kirk, it says it's a geothermal system in that area.
Yeah, it's been a natural hot spring there. They dug down, I think the original miners dug down like 50 or 150 feet or so. The current is, they've gone down, looks like, I don't know exactly how far, somewhere they told they dug down deep enough to get the hot water up. The issue there is it's not steaming hot, but it's warm.
Hmm.
So they had to get a special generator that would run like an antifreeze in there so it would get that hot enough to boil and run the generators. But they've got like 2 or 4, they had 2 older generators they're going to phase out, and they've got 2 newer ones that use the hot water that powers up the whole thing.
Wow. Well, that was a nice job.
So I realized this was first week in November last year, so we're starting to get worried about it getting cold. Like I said, it was really nice weather for us. I think the week after we got there, it hit -20. So you'd really have to be bundled up. And it was nice that they had the tent set up for us there. It was heated, but not really warm. But it was nice to get in, settle there. I started going through some of my pictures, kind of see if I needed to adjust some things. And if you were inside for too long, you'd hear all the people outside start giving the oohs and ahs, and everyone started running back out to see what was happening then. The aurora comes in bursts. So it would be really strong for maybe 5 minutes, and then nothing for 10 or 15, slow for 10 or 15 minutes, and then another big burst. So it was
Kirk?
a good adventure. Yes.
Kirk, this is Monica Parker. I was wondering, when you're underneath these auroras, how high are they? Or is it like, I realize you have no sense of height up there because it's just sky, but do they appear close or like really high up in the atmosphere?
They seem like they're pretty high up in the atmosphere. A lot of them you could see originated from the northern horizon. It's where they seem to hit or start off a lot. And then, but what was amazing is that some of them, they'll start off on the horizon and then just move straight overhead and go on across. So you just follow it all over the sky. Not close enough to reach out and touch, but it was, like probably about where an airplane would be.
Okay, anybody
Thank
else have
you.
questions or comments? Those are beautiful, beautiful scenes. A real light show.
Very good job, Kirk. Very well done.
Yeah, I need to go back again and improve my photography. So I tried video, but my camera definitely doesn't do that. So
What kind of
I'll
camera?
have to see about some way of doing a video next time too.
What kind of camera were you using?
I have a Canon 80D,
Uh-huh.
so
Kirk,
Well-
that does beautiful video. You just switch it on and switch it over to the little video icon, and it's gorgeous stuff.
it did good, it does good video in the day, but I didn't see, or maybe someone can show me, there was no way of doing a nighttime to capture the sky. A lot of people that had maybe the Apple phones, a good cell phone, and the majority of people taking pictures were cell phones.
Really?
There were only two other people like me that had a real camera,
Mm.
or not a real camera, but a
That's cute.
non-cell phone.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, anybody else have a question? This is your chance. All right, well, Kirk, thank you so much for that. And you have a lot of travel logs, and we want to share them in the future. So next is my lovely wife, Rebecca, and she's going to tell about her video, her movie.
Well, I should have gone first. I'm humbled by that beautiful photography with what I have. Some of my pictures the European pictures were taken with a camera, and I forget what it was. And the rest were done with an iPhone. And I did changed everything to black and white with the iPhone filters. And the more I do photography, the more I can look at something and think that would look good in black and white instead of color. And I just like to mess with the filters.
Okay.
So last year I did, about this time, I think I did one, people, places, and patterns. So this is more people, places, and patterns.
Okay, very good. All right, let's see if we can get it to work. And Gene, you might have to help me through this.
Okay, once again, you get it ready to play.
I got my boxes. It's ready to play. Hopefully you can see it.
Yep, it's ready.
You got it?
Yes, it's ready to go.
Great. So this is people, places, and patterns. I hope you can read this. Can everybody read it? It's about the son of Geronimo, who died at age 2. Almost. Okay, so for some reason, we don't have a full screen. Something came over my computer that shouldn't be there. And I don't know why. Gene, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I
Alright.
have no idea.
For
You
some
sh-
reason, my email thing came over. It's covering up half of my computer, and I don't know why it's there. I didn't ask for it.
Oh,
I'm trying to get
it
out
hasn't
of
got a
it.
little X to close it out.
Now I'm out of it.
Oh,
Now, can you see anything?
no, we just see you.
Okay, all right.
So it's not, according to this, it is not sharing the screen right now.
Okay, yeah, I had to get out of it because of what it was doing. Now, let me go back to this. Now, do you see anything?
Yeah, we've got the image up.
You see that?
Yeah, you're at the cactus where we left off.
All right,
It's
let me go
perfect.
back. Let me go back a little bit to give her to be fair, because something weird happened. And so we'll go back to
A
the,
full screen, it's beautiful.
here we go. All right. All right. There we go. Nice job on that.
Thank you.
So does anybody have questions about any of the places or scenes?
Very
No,
nice
but
program.
yeah, Becky, you were right. Some pictures just belong as black and white, and those definitely fit the bill. Yeah,
Oh.
it's just a beautiful exercise in visual art.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it was really nicely put together and it just folds all of them. It's neat.
Thank you.
Very good. And I was with you when you shot those.
Not the little boy in Walmart with
Oh,
the
that's
little
true.
dog.
And the little girl in Phoenix in the shopping cart. He likes pictures of little kids, don't you?
Yes. As
Right.
long as they don't realize I'm taking their picture, except the little boy with the dog. He was in front of me in line at Walmart a couple days ago
Mhm.
and adorable.
Right.
A nice variety. Beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, it kind of, we need, I guess we need to look for people, places and patterns while we're out with our cameras or cell phones or whatever else we're going to use. So anybody else have a question, comment? If not, the next Travelogue will be April 18th. Is anybody going back north? Any of you guys going back north? No?
I am.
What's that?
I said I am.
Are you really? But you can still get on Zoom, right?
You bet.
Okay, good, good.
Thanks so much for doing Zoom.
Yeah, it just really turns out kind of handy, doesn't it?
Wonderful.
But we'll try to do them in the fall, maybe live if it's possible. But we don't know. Can't know.
We're going to try and encourage people to do both. We've got a couple SIGs experimenting with it right now, and if it works out and it's not difficult to do, then we can easily have them in person and on Zoom.
Yeah.
And then that really gives a much broader attendance grouping for us if we can do it that way.
Oh, sure, sure.
Oh, that would be great. Just great.
Yeah, our goal is maybe by November to have a lot. Any of the facilitators who are willing to do it will be doing what's called blended presentations, which will be both.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So anybody here go out tomorrow and take the best photographs you've ever taken in your life and put them together